BCE, when a cook named Coroebus won the only event, a footrace won. The games were held every 4 years in Olympia, a sacred site in Greece, until they were banned by the Roman Emperor Theodosius I in 393 CE2. The modern Olympic Games were revived in the late 19th century by a Frenchman named Pierre de Coubertin, who wanted to promote international peace and cooperation through sports. He presented his organizing committee publishes final balanced budget. Olympics 2. Official costs of Tokyo Olympics up by 22% to $15.4 billion. 3. Tokyo Olympics cost $15.4 billion. What else could that buy? 4. Tokyo 2020 Olympics unveil final budget of $12.6 billion. 5. Official costs of Tokyo Olympics up by 22% to $15.4 billion. How many games in Tokyo Olympics? India has a long and rich history of participating in the Olympic Games, dating back to 1900. India has won a total of 35 medals in the Summer Olympics, mostly in field hockey, where it dominated for several decades. India has also competed in the Winter Olympics since 1964, but has not won any medals there. India is represented by the Indian Olympic Association (IOA), which is responsible for selecting and managing the Indian teams at the Olympic events. India is also one of the founding members of the Olympic Council of Asia, which organizes the Asian Games and other regional sports competitions. India's role in the Olympic movement is to promote the development of sports in the country, foster international peace and cooperation through sports, and showcase the talent and diversity of its athletes. India. The budget of the U.S. government to promote and create awareness about the Olympic Games is not very clear, as the United States is unique in how its national teams are entirely supported through private funds. Unlike other countries, the U.S. Olympic and Paralympic Committee (USOPC) and the various sport federations do not receive any government funding. However, the U.S. government does provide some indirect forms of support to the Olympic movement, such as tax breaks, security assistance, diplomatic relations, and antitrust exemptions too. According to the USOPC's 2021 Impact Report, the total revenue of the organization was approximately $459 million, and the total expenses were $346 million, resulting in a surplus of $113 million for 20,213. The report states that athlete excellence programs accounted for almost 60% of all USOPC spending for the year, at over $200 million. 3. The report also provides a breakdown of the sources of revenue, which include broadcasting rights, sponsorships, donations, licensing, and investments. 3. The USOPC is not the only entity that supports the Olympic Games in the U.S. There are also various foundations, corporations, and individuals that contribute to the development and promotion of Olympic sports and athletes. For example, the U.S. Olympic and Paralympic Foundation (USOPF) is a nonprofit organization that raises funds to support the USOPC and its programs. The USOP's 2021 Impact Report shows that it raised $106 million in 2021 and distributed $81 million to the USOPC and other beneficiaries. The budget of the U.S. government to promote and create awareness about the Olympic Games is not very high compared to other countries, but the U.S. still manages to achieve remarkable success at the Olympics, thanks to the private sector and the public's enthusiasm for sports. 1. Breaks of the game. How the government subsidizes American sports, U.S. sports. The Guardian. 2. U.S. Olympic funding leads to medals, and vice versa. DataViz. 3. Financial summary. USOPC 2021 Impact Report. United States Olympic Games. You can visit the official website or read some of the articles from the web search results. Smile. 1. Breaks of the game. How the government subsidizes American sports, U.S. sports, The Guardian. 2. U.S. Olympic funding leads to medals, and vice versa. DataViz. 3. What does an athlete have to do to participate in the Olympic Games? 4. How are sports chosen for the Olympics? Britannica. Athlete Development Framework. A how-to guide. Science for Sport, How to Train Like an Olympic Athlete. Very Well Fit, Olympics.com. Tokyo 2020 Games. There is no definitive answer to how many private agencies are there in the U.S. for Olympic training, as different sports and athletes may have different sources of funding and support. However, one way to estimate the number of private agencies is to look at the national governing bodies, NGBs, of each sport, which are organizations that govern and manage all aspects of their individual sports within the U.S. The NGBs are responsible for training, competition and development for their sports, as well as nominating athletes to the U.S. Olympic and Paralympic teams. 1. According to the USOPC website, there are 50 NGBs in the U.S., covering 37 Olympic summer sports, 8 Olympic winter sports, and 5 Pan American sports. 1. Some of these NGBs are also responsible for Paralympic sports, while others are managed by the USOPC or High Performance Management Organizations. 1. Therefore, the number of private agencies involved in Olympic training in the U.S. could be roughly around 50, depending on how one defines a private agency. Another way to estimate the number of private agencies is to look at the U.S. Olympic and Paralympic training centers, which are facilities that provide elite athletes with state-of-the-art training, coaching, sports medicine, and housing. There are 3 major training centers in the U.S., located in Colorado Springs, Colorado, Lake Placid, New York, and Chula Vista, California. 2. These training centers are operated by the USOPC, but they also partner with various private entities, such as foundations, corporations, and individuals, to support the athletes and the programs too. For example, the Colorado Springs Training Center is sponsored by 24 Hour Fitness, Adecco, Anheuser-Busch, AT&T, BP, Budweiser, Deloitte, DeVry University, Dow, GE, Hilton, Kellogg's, Liberty Mutual, Nike, Oakley, Panasonic, Procter & Gamble, Samsung, Smuckers, TD Ameritrade, United Airlines, and Visa. 3. Therefore, the number of private agencies involved in Olympic training in the U.S. could be much higher than 50, depending on how one counts the sponsors and partners of the training centers. In summary, the number of private agencies involved in Olympic training in the U.S. is not. Ambassador. 2. 5 Olympians who are brand ambassadors for fashion, noodles, and more. If you are asking about the benefit of endorsement for Olympic athletes, I can tell you that endorsement deals can provide a lucrative income stream, boost an athlete's brand and public image, increase their fan base and exposure, and support their training and competition expenses. 12. However, endorsement deals also come with some challenges, such as contractual obligations, ethical dilemmas, and potential conflicts of interest. 3. The entities that give endorsement deals to Olympic athletes are usually private companies, such as sports brands, fashion houses, food and beverage companies, and media outlets. These companies benefit from endorsement deals by associating their products and services with the athletes' fame, performance, and values, and by reaching a large and diverse audience of consumers. 24. The profit that these companies make from endorsement deals depends on various factors, such as the popularity and marketability of the athlete, the relevance and quality of the product or service, the effectiveness and creativity of the marketing campaign, and the return on investment and sales generated by the endorsement. 24. The motivation behind endorsement deals can vary from company to company and from athlete to athlete. Some companies may genuinely support the Olympic movement and the athletes' goals, while others may be more interested in exploiting the athletes' fame and influence for their own gain. Similarly, some athletes may endorse products and services that they truly believe in and use, while others may endorse products and services that they do not personally like or need, just for the money. Therefore, it is important for both parties to carefully evaluate the benefits and risks of endorsement deals, and to choose partners that align with their values and vision. 3. I hope this answers your question. If you want to learn more about endorsement deals for Olympic athletes, you can read some of the articles from the web search results. Smile. 1. 5 benefits to athlete endorsements. Treadstone Sports Agency. 2. Power sharing. Olympic sponsorship and the athlete's personal brand. 3. Maximizing athlete endorsements. Strategies for success. 4. Do Olympic athletes get paid? How Olympians make money, explained. The history of the Olympic Games goes back to ancient Greece, where they were held every 4 years in honor of the god Zeus. The first recorded Olympic Games took place in 776 BCE, and featured only one event, a foot race. The Games continued until 393 CE, when they were banned by the Roman Emperor Theodosius I. The Games were revived in the late 19th century by a Frenchman named Neeraj Chopra at the Tokyo 2020 Olympics. 3. I hope this answers your question. If you want to learn more about India's Olympic medals, you can read some of the articles from the web search results. Smile. 1. How many medals has India won in Olympics? 2. India at the Olympics. Wikipedia. 3. Medals won by India at Tokyo 2020 Olympics. Know them all. The first gold medalist of India in the Olympics was Norman Pritchard, a British-Indian athlete who competed in the 1900 Paris Olympics. He won 2 silver medals for India in the 200 meters hurdles and 200 meters sprint events. 1. He is also regarded as the first Asian to win an Olympic medal. 2. 1. Who won India's first individual medal at the Olympics? 2. India at the Olympics. Wikipedia.